my pleasure to introduce to you the man of the hour, Tony.
Hello and welcome back to At the Gates. I am your host, and I did not just get hit with a ball that was hit with a bat. I am Tony. With me is
Jared
Denver.
John Denver.
Bob Denver?
Bob Ross?
Bob Hope?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's it? Okay. We are at Coors Field. And Jared, split-second reaction of the 5 that we've been to. Where does Coors rank?
So we've been to Petco, Dodger Stadium, Chase Field, Angel Stadium, and now Coors Field. And I would have to say that I really like Dodger Stadium, but I think Coors Field is above it.
I was not expecting that at all. I thought, at best, you were going to say right in the middle. That's, wow.
Why do you think I was going to say right in the middle?
I don't know. I just felt like the blocking of the right field, the blocking of the scoreboard, there was a lot of views blocked, but why do you put it so high up?
I think in general, you're right. That's a good assumption. However, there's so much more that the ballpark has to offer that the other ballparks don't, that really takes it above them all.
Does it have the best batter's eye in the league? And why is the answer yes?
The answer is yes, number one, because it's not just a black wall. It's not just a green wall. It's a wall with actual plants growing. And not only that, but there's a fountain and rocks and all sorts of things back there that right from where we're sitting, you can't totally see them all, but
they're there.
But they're definitely there.
I talked to a guy that was in the outfield in Usher, and he said all of the stuff in there is from Colorado. All of the trees are native to here. The rocks were from here, all of that stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Somebody needs to tell the Twins that their excuses for taking the trees out of their batter's eye are completely bull honky because of the fact that they do it very well here in Colorado.
Agreed. And they incorporate water.
Which is always great.
So what other positive notes do you have about this stadium, since I thought you were going to have a Dodger chubby the whole time, but now it sounds like you have a Coors Field chubby?
Dodger Stadium is an old ballpark that TV timeout for applause.
They're applauding you for giving it a number 1 rating.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, fans. So Dodger Stadium is pretty from the seating bowl and a little bit from the outside here and there, right? However, what takes Coors Field over the top, or I should say, and Dodger Stadium sort of behind the seating bowl, is really showing its age. The concourses have really low overhead ceilings. It feels cramped, and even though there wasn't a lot of what we think was not a lot of fans there, there was enough that even it seemed a little cramped, and they the concession stands were very limited, and I felt like they were few and far between. They just felt like spread out, and I don't know. I know that they're not, but that's what it felt like to me. They have a really great view. So yeah, just when you're sitting in the seating bowl, everything is really pretty at Dodger Stadium. As soon as you get up to get out of the seating bowl, that's when you start to just feel like, okay, this needs to be worked on. Whereas Coors Field, obviously, it's a newer ballpark. It has some drawbacks that I don't like necessarily. The seats that extend from the right field foul pole all the way to center field in a second and a third deck and a fourth-ish kind of deck. However, just everything on the outside of the ballpark was really thought out. They put a lot of architectural kind of bricklaying things, and it's not really fancy, but it's just something to take it a little bit above. There's vegetation all the way around. The concourses go all the way around. There's literally stairwells and elevators and ramps like all over. There's so many access points across the ballpark. And there's like a bajillion unique seating and standing areas all throughout the ballpark. Now, they're not all very great. I've got some pictures that show that. But for the most part, just so many unique areas in the ballpark that's like, wow, this is really cool.
Did you go up to the rooftop at all yet?
I did go up to the rooftop. That's a pretty amazing view. I obviously don't like having seats that high, but especially out in center field like that, or right center, but the view is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. The Mayhew, high and inside.
So, which stadiums come to mind that would overtake Coors Field? Just knee-jerk reaction right now. It's definitely not in stone.
PNC in Baltimore for sure. And really, I think that's it. From the ones that I've visited, I think that's it. Now, obviously, I haven't hit AT&T and some of those other ones, but yeah.
Wow. So right now, it's a top 5 ballpark in your estimation.
Yep.
That is high praise, especially because it seems like you are pretty forthright in your assumptions and your grading right now, because it seems like you really like it. Do you foresee anything changing or settling and your grades falling because of whatever reason?
No, I mean, all things considered, like, you know, the fences, you got a high fence in right field that goes all the way out to center field at the same level. And then you've got a weird sort of seating section that blocks about 10 feet in the first few rows that goes out from left field to left center-ish, right? So there's not a lot of easy accessibility to the fence there from a ball hockey perspective. But, you know, for the most part, I think that's pretty good. I mean, the only thing that I can foresee happening that drops the ballpark from its current position is just visiting another ballpark that I happen to like better. And obviously there's not that many out there right now that hold the candle to the top 3 so far.
So how much better than Target Field?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you think it's a full grade letter ahead, or if you were to try to sum it in some quantifiable way?
In all honesty, I would say that it probably is about a full grade letter over Target Field.
Wow, and this is 10 years older than Target Field.
Yeah.
At least.
I feel like they did it really well here.
What are some of the small things that you would fix? Not necessarily getting rid of massive things, but if you kept the structure the way it is, what are some of the small tweaks that you'd make?
In this ballpark?
Yep.
Move the mountains right behind the ballpark.
That seems like a slight underhaul, but I think it could be done.
Easy, right?
Yeah, just a massive earthquake. That's all.
You know, without doing major changes, that's a good question. I'd have to think about that one. Maybe we can review that one tomorrow. Give me some time to think about it.
Anything else you want to cover about the Rockies?
I like the purple. More teams should wear purple. Well, not more teams. Let's keep it to a couple or a few. Purple's a really underrated color in my opinion. I think that downtown Denver seems to be really fantastic from the little bit we've walked around. People seem to be very nice here, especially in this ballpark. And I'm not going to give away the secret of our seats today, because I want to come back here and not have them taken so that we can keep coming back here and sitting here.
That's true. Sometimes we do sit in luxury suite or luxury seats, but let's just say that these are technically not luxury seats, even though they probably are the closest seats in the house to home plate.
Yep, I could give these players a pat on the back for hitting a home run, and all for just as much as what I would say is a very good ticket price at Target Field. So
yes, sometimes the price that we paid is about sometimes what a lower tier dugout box ticket goes for at Target Field.
Have you noticed that the Twin Cities ticket prices seem to be pretty inflated compared to other places?
Yes.
Because, like we talked about the other day, how I saw a graphic showing the Timberwolves, a pretty terrible team for the last 15 years, right? Have their top 10 most expensive tickets in NBA. Like the average ticket price is like $80 a ticket or $90 a ticket. That's insane for a team that sucks as bad as the Timberwolves have. And to be that inflated is just... Well, I'm going to move to Denver just to get away from that nonsense. Jeez Louise.
Question I have for you. Going back to some of the seats, because when you said cheap tickets, I was thinking of the cheapest ones in the house, and those are straightaway center. How do you feel about
ballpark?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about that weird section that's way lifted up and in center?
What's the ticket price on those tickets?
I believe those are the rock pile, and that is $4, and I think sometimes they are $1.
For $1, I would take those tickets in a heartbeat. For no other reason than you don't have to sit there if you don't want to. You can. It's not totally like Target Field where you can basically stand and see the ball game from all the way around. However, it pretty much is, and it's pretty. A game like today, it might not be the best place to sit, but the view is sort of cool. I don't know that I'd want to do it 81 games a year, but I don't even know if you can do season tickets there. But I don't know that I'd want to do it a lot of games a year, but there are those days where it's just like, hey, let me just get into the ballpark for something, and then you can just go stand wherever the heck you want and watch a game from a pretty decent spot.
Another hit down in the corner, and Nolan Arenado scores. Nice piece of hitting by Trevor Story. That's back-to-back doubles for the Rockies. They go up 3-0. Who's going to win this one?
Colorado, obviously.
So that would break our streak.
It's fine with me. That just means that this would be we saw Colorado twice last year, right? Or just the one time? In Philadelphia, right? Just the one time.
Just the one time.
And they won. So I'm cool with
And the game that I saw, they won at Target Field when I caught Parra's home run right before we left.
Yeah, good point. So we've got a pretty good batting average with Colorado.
Are you saying maybe we adopt them as our new team because they have a better stadium? They have a better team right now. They have a better winning percentage.
I'm totally cool with that.
They have purple for you?
Yep. I'm totally cool with that. Let's do it.
So we saw that sign for Target hiring. Maybe you could get a job out here? Megan, if you're listening to this, which I know you're not, Jared's moving to Colorado. I hate to break it to you this way.
I don't think, if it wasn't for moving away from her family, I don't think she would be too upset to move here. I think she would like living here.
Huh. Well, if you are listening to this, Megan, let us know. Tweet at us, because that's the only way you can reach us. Jared, what's your Twitter name?
@IceDavis5.
That's the letter 5.
Yep.
The letter 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes with you, it's just Yep, and move on. So, yep.
Yep. So that's it. We done. We out of here. So long from Denver. Good night.